Welcome to Marilakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management. I will be discussing antennas and wave propagation. Okay, so in today's session, we will be discussing about wave propagation. Okay. Okay. So this is the syllabus is all about in fifth unit. Okay. So let us see the introduction of wave propagation. What is wave propagation, and how many types of wave propagation we will be having? We will be discussing. Okay. So wave propagation means generally what we propagate using the antennas. Electromagnetic waves. Okay, so electromagnetic waves can be propagated either on the surface of the earth or through the space or in between the space and ground, which is called sky. Okay, wave propagation is nothing but we have to make the electromagnetic wave to travel from transmitter to receiver, right? Okay, so it depends on the frequency of operation generally. Okay, if the frequency of operation is very less, we have to use for only ground wave communication. In ground wave communication, indirectly we can say in vice versa, ground wave communication can access up to only 2 megahertz frequencies, because the ground wave, when it is transmitted from transmitter, the earth itself induces a electric signal, a induced signal, which will be out of phase of the propagated signal. If you are propagating a signal, the earth will propagate another signal which is out of phase with the original signal. So what happens? The original signal will get attenuated by the time it reaches receiver if it is far apart. Okay, let us say, for an example, if we are transmitting a signal and after 100 meters, if the strength of the signal is attenuated by half, okay, after 100 meters more, which is after 200 meters, the signal will be much degraded. Let us say it became 1/4 of the signal. Okay, by the 100 meters it becomes 1 by 2, and after 200 meters it is becoming 1 by 4. After 300 meters, let us say it is becoming 1 by 8. After 400 meters, let us say it is becoming null. I mean, it is losing its complete data. Okay, so in order to not to happen like this, ground wave communication can be possible only till 2 megahertz. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so we have previous questions like this, 2 marks and 3 marks questions. 5 papers I have taken, and this is, we have to discuss about wave tilt of ground wave, super refraction, types of ground wave. You can see the years and all. I'll be sharing this PPT anyway. Okay, so skip distance, wave tilt, what all the factors affecting the wave tilt, all this stuff, right? Okay, these are the long answer questions. Again, I have taken 5-year question papers in which we are about to cover 10 questions. Okay, and how they are asking. You can see the repeated questions also. The second one, which write short notes on virtual height, line of sight propagation, effect of Earth's curvature. Okay, then it is repeated in the 7th question as well. You can see the 9th question also, it is almost repeated. So there are several repeated questions, and a small problem you can see here in 2 marks, 3 marks question. 9th question, if you see, find the maximum range of tropospheric for which the transmitting antenna height is 100 feet and receiving antenna height is 50 feet. It is asked for only 2 marks. Okay, but whereas it is again asked for 5 marks. Okay, the same question, it is asked for 5 marks. somewhere it is here. Please check. Yeah, the first question itself. 1A. Find the maximum range of tropospheric. This one. Okay. 1 second. I'll give the access you to unmute if you have any questions. Okay, let us see the doubts in the last ending of the session. Is it okay? Okay, let's move on. So we have three types of propagation generally: ground wave or surface wave propagation. So since it is able to travel only on the surface of the Earth, so it is also called as surface wave propagation. Second one is space wave propagation, and third one is sky wave propagation. There are certain ranges where the sky wave propagation and space wave propagation will be operated. Okay, you can see the figure on the right. So troposphere is from 0 to 12 kilometers. This is what ground wave and space wave communication can be done. So below 12 kilometers of Earth radius, you can transmit the signal. And stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, all this stuff comes under sky wave propagation and space wave beyond ionosphere. Okay, so we can see the ranges here. So ground wave can be operated till 300 kilohertz, or max worst case it can be operated till 2 megahertz, not 3 also, it is till 2 megahertz. Okay, then comes the sky wave. From 2 megahertz to 30 megahertz, sky wave propagation can be done, and 30 megahertz to 300 gigahertz, space wave communication can be done. Okay, as the frequency goes on increasing, the sky wave and space wave comes into the picture. Okay, what is ground wave propagation? Okay, let us see in detail about ground wave propagation. So ground wave propagation, as I said, so it is nothing but it will be, the wave will be propagated along the surface of the Earth. And also when the propagation is happening, the waves should be vertically polarized. What is meant by vertical polarization? So if the wave is polarized along the surface of the Earth, if electric signal is perpendicular to the Earth, okay, if the electric signal is perpendicular to the Earth, then it is called vertical polarization. If electric signal is parallel to the Earth, then it is called horizontal polarization. Here, if we do horizontal polarization, what happens? Why not we are going for horizontal polarization? Why only vertical polarization? Because if horizontal polarization is applied, okay, so the wave which is originally generated will get cancelled with the induced wave which is generated by earth surface. Okay, are you able to understand? So I repeat, why we are going for vertical polarization only is because when horizontal polarization is applied, the wave which is out of phase with the original wave induced by earth will make the original signal weaker and weaker as the distance increases. If the distance is less, it's okay, we'll be losing some data, but anyway we'll be getting the data. Okay, is it clear? Right, next. So this is all about the introduction part. So you can see the transmitting antenna and receiving antenna. Transmitting antenna is antenna itself, and receiving antenna is in a ship. Okay, so then we shall see a small video about this. Okay,
propagation of electromagnetic waves. In communication using radio waves, an antenna at the transmitter radiates the electromagnetic waves, EM waves, which travel through the space and reach the receiving antenna at the other end. As the EM wave travels away from the transmitter, the strength of the wave keeps on decreasing Several factors influence the propagation of EM waves and the path they follow. At this point, it is also important to understand the composition of the Earth's atmosphere as it plays a propagation of electromagnetic waves. In communication using radio waves, an antenna at the transmitter radiates the electromagnetic waves, EM waves, which travel through the space and reach the receiving antenna at the other end. As the EM wave travels away from the transmitter, the strength of the wave keeps on decreasing. Several factors influence the propagation of EM waves and the path they follow. At this point, it is also important to understand the composition of the Earth's atmosphere as it plays a vital role in the propagation of EM waves. Ground wave.
So you can see the ground wave propagation now.
With high efficiency, the antennas should have a size comparable to the wavelength, lambda of the signal, at least approximately lambda by 4.
Size of the antenna should be at least lambda by 4.
That is, at lower frequencies, the antennas have large physical size and they are located on or very near to the ground. In standard AM broadcast, ground-based vertical towers are generally used as transmitting antennas.
So, did you understand? Okay. So, as I said, the frequency of operation of ground wave is about 2 megahertz only. Okay. So, it is used for only short range communication. You cannot go far distance. So, it follows the Earth curvature, which means if there is an obstacle, okay, it goes with the propagation of the obstacle. If there is a height building, if the wave is traveling like this, so it goes beyond the building like this, and it is easy to tilt. So this angle of tilt is called wave tilt, okay, through the Earth's curvature. So for this purpose, we need very high power, okay, which is a drawback for us. So for this case, surface is very important. It depends on several factors: ground conductivity, roughness, and as the distance increases, as I told you, magnitude of the propagating signal, original signal will be decreasing its strength. Okay, so this is because the induced signal which is generated by Earth, okay, which is out of phase to the exactly out of phase to the original signal, and it gets cancelled as the distance increases. Okay, you can see the original wave on the top of the Earth, and below the Earth you can see the induced signal which is out of phase with the original signal. You can see plus minus symbols here. Okay, when the original signal is plus, the induced signal is minus, which means positive and negative are out of phase and it gets cancelled. Okay, so then when the original signal is negative, the induced signal is positive. Okay, similarly it goes on.